feel free. I feel free.
Oh, where's my cup of tea? Okay. Are you waiting outside the door? No. Okay. Downstairs. Yeah, I'm nervous. Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. So, first of all, I'd like to apologise. If anyone knows me in real life, I have done this intro so many times I can't tell if this is my real voice or not. So, I would like to apologise for people that are thinking she doesn't even sound like that. So, there you go, that's out the way. So, I have not drank for a year now, and that is because on Christmas Day 2019 I decided to give up alcohol for a year, and in May I wrote a blog post entitled giving up alcohol for a year or something like that. I can't even remember, that's so bad. But I got quite a good reaction from it. I got quite a lot of people asking me about how it was going and how I'd found it, any tips or tricks, anything like that. And I thought I'm going to actually just do a YouTube video, because sometimes, although I love writing, it is a lot easier just to talk about it. If you want to read the blog that I wrote, I will put the link below in the bio, somewhere around down there, I don't know. I've seen YouTubers do that. For anyone who's grown up in England or the UK or whatever, the drinking age here is 18, but the majority of people do start drinking at quite an early age, and that is what I did. I started drinking probably when I was about 13. Sorry mum and dad if you're watching this. We would, meet up on weekends and have a sleepover, and we'd have raided our parents' garage to see who could bring what, and someone would have a random bottle, like a water bottle filled with whiskey and gin mixed together, because we just wanted to get drunk. It wasn't about, experimenting and seeing what year of wine we liked the best. It was just about the alcohol percentage. At first it was really fun. I actually really enjoyed drinking. I was usually one of the people that had done the stupid things, but I found it really funny. I really enjoyed being that person. I got to the point where I started to have some negative effects from alcohol. I had some stupid nicknames. I was called Barfing Brown for a while because I was always sick. And then that name was accompanied by another name, which was Bawling Brown, because I would always cry when I was drunk. And I really struggled with this distinction between sober me and drunk me, because they genuinely felt like two different people. And it was hard to explain to a lot of people. Drunk them was just kind of a more confident, more fun version of themselves. But for me, drunk me was very dramatic. She was being sick all the time, she was crying, she was saying these things that she didn't really mean, and it just carried on like that for a while. And then it came to my 22nd birthday. I went out for bottomless brunch, and I am a big believer that you have to have the willpower of steel to not get drunk at bottomless brunch. And I did get drunk at bottomless brunch, and the next morning I woke up at 5 in the morning and I had my Fitbit on, and I remember just being laid there looking at my Fitbit, and my heart rate was 120. It said I'd already done about 20 active minutes that morning, and I genuinely hadn't moved. And from then on, I basically felt like I was in a continual panic attack for about 2 months. That was the final straw for me, because I genuinely was terrified of drinking, because I kept thinking, if I drink, then I'm going to end up like that again. I can't do it. So I had my last sip of alcohol for nearly a year on Christmas Day 2019. I'd had a panic attack that had lasted most of Christmas Eve night. I was in my niece's bunk bed. She was actually sleeping with her parents, so she wasn't there, but I was just laid in this bunk bed having this horrific panic attack. The next morning I thought, I'll just have a Bucks Fizz to calm me down, and it just made things worse. And from then on I thought, I'm not doing it. Although I had a lot of stuff going on at the time with things that didn't feel like they were serving me well, I know for a fact that alcohol was the catalyst to that anxiety, because alcohol led to hangxiety, and hangxiety for me would linger, and it would form anxiety and panic attacks and stuff like that. And the thing is, with this year, for the first few months, the fear of anxiety alone stopped me from drinking. But then with COVID, I was offered less opportunities to be tempted. There wasn't nights out to go on, there wasn't drinks with friends, there wasn't parties or anything like that. There wasn't even meals where you could go out and have a few drinks and it would turn into something. I was able to form a habit of not having to need a drink. So when there started to be more things like meals, being able to see friends, being able to do a few more things, I just didn't see the need to drink anymore because I hadn't done it for months. One of the things that I thought about when I decided to give up drinking was that people would think I was boring. I was worried that instead of bawling brown, barfing brown, I'd become boring brown because I wouldn't drink. And it just came to the point where I asked myself, what is it though? So you're worried you'll be boring, so you're worried you'll miss out, so you're worried that people will think you're weird or you're a killjoy or whatever. You know, I was 22 at the time and there's not loads of 22 teetotal people. But then it came to the point where it was like, is that more important than my mental health? Is that more important than knowing this is what I want to do right now? And the answer was no. And veering more towards thinking, well, this is me, take it or leave it. I don't want to be friends with people that think I'm boring because I'm not going to have a shot with them. And that was really beneficial for the stopping drinking, because when I was a teenager I was so bothered about fitting in that I would never have considered it. I actually found this screenshot from when I was 17 and one of my friends says to me that she's doing a major detox. My response is, that's so grim, which is hilarious now because if someone told me they were doing a detox, I'd be very excited now. She's put SOS and I've put no alcohol for a week, how will we cope? Withdrawals. Clearly 17-year-old me was very worried about the idea of not having alcohol for a week, which for me now is hilarious. One thing that really helped me with not drinking was non-alcoholic drinks. Being around drink for me isn't a problem, but being able to go into a social situation and kind of fit in still with the drinking is really helpful. And a lot of bars do now stock non-alcoholic beer at least, so you can go out and feel like you are drinking. And lots of them do non-alcoholic cocktails, which are actually a lot cheaper than the normal cocktails. So moving into the future, my plan is not to stay teetotal forever. I would like to get to a stage with alcohol where I feel like I could go out for a meal and have a nice glass of reds with some pasta, or, you know, have a glass of champagne at a wedding or at a party or something like that. This whole year has been really transformative. I've gained so much confidence. I could easily go to a bar now with friends and not feel like I have to have a drink, not feel like if I went to a party and didn't know anyone, I'd have to have a drink to talk to new people. I've learned a lot about myself and I found that I can be fun without some tequila in my system. But if you are genuinely serious about taking a break from alcohol, you've got to ask yourself, why am I drinking? Whatever it is that's your reason for not wanting to drink anymore, are your reasons for drinking more important than that? It is achievable. I've done it. I haven't got a lot of willpower. I'm sure you've got more than me. I'm sure you can do it. So I believe in you if you want to do it. But thank you for watching. I feel like this might be rubbish when I edit it all together. So we're going to put my tests, my video editing test to, oh my gosh. We're going to put my video editing skills to the test. I think the fact that I'm stuttering over my own words is a good enough indicator to turn the camera off now. So, thank you. Until next time.